Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am taking a little bit of a break on my garage floor project because I'm waiting for a tile cutter just to make it easier to cut and trim all the outside pieces that I need to do. So I'm going to be working on my MR2 that is right behind me here, and let me show you what I'm going to be doing to it. I'm going to have a fun little upgrade day. This is my very beloved 89 Supercharged MR2, and a while back I ordered a whole bunch of LED bulbs to upgrade all the bulbs around the car. So these are all from LASFIT, and I went through and ordered all the different numbers that I would need for all of the markers, the parking lights, tail lights, turn signals, all that kind of stuff, interior lights. And so I've got all these to put on, and I'm going to start doing it here. So the first ones I'm going to attack are these two lights here. And you know, the one nice thing about older cars like this is they just had some Phillips screws right here holding on the lens cover. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of miss that. You know, having to dig from the inside of the car and remove the bumper and all kinds of things sometimes just to get to a light bulb is something. Okay. And that's how easy that is. So this one, so I was able to read the number on the side of this. This is an 1157. And I have some 1157 amber bulbs right here. So did the amber so that they would be even a deeper orange for the turn signals. And older cars like this don't have running lights, so this kind of helps other people see me. Let's go ahead and snap those in and we'll see what the difference looks like. There we go. I had it backwards, so the pins on this are, one's high and one's low. So I got to figure out which way it wants to go in and then rotate it the proper way. So since I've got this off though, I'm going to go ahead and clean up in there also. So I have my rubber seal here, and I sprayed some of this, my AT205. It's a rubber sealer and conditioner. It's used in transmissions and engine stuff, but it's designed to treat rubber. Put those holes on the bottom here. There we go. And now, let's see how different they are. Oh, wow. Let me show you. So, that's a big difference. Look at that. That is massively brighter than that. Awesome. Okay, let's do the same thing to this right side and we'll move on to the next light. Alrighty, the front two are now changed and looking great. I tell you, I love these LASFIT bulbs though. I have been using them in some of my other cars. I did replaced all the bulbs on my 2009 Turbo Corolla, and I absolutely love them. So I will link all the different model numbers that I did use for these, so that if you guys would like to pick up any, you can. So let me pull out the rear parking bulb and I'll see which one it is. I think it's actually going to be one of these smaller ones. This is the interior one right here. Okay, I'll try to do this without blocking what I'm doing. This little bugger right here, boy, it looks like it's just about ready to burn out. It's pretty dark on there, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to clean up around that edge. So these are the LT10 bulbs, and these are just clear ones, so they'll use the red cover. So we'll snap one of these buggers in there. Now, with LED bulbs, in the past, sometimes on these that just push in, you gotta flip them. Some bulbs, I haven't had to do that, so always check it first in case you gotta spin it around. Nope, that one works. So sometimes I had to pull it out and then rotate it 90 degrees. Give it a little twist, there we go. And now we can put our 2 screws back in. This is the one time that, you know, it gets a nice cleaning behind it. And there we go. Let's just make sure it works still. Perfect. Oh yeah. Definitely brighter. Let me show you the other side. That is a huge difference. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Even just from this angle, you can see how much brighter that is. Look at that. That's night and day. Sweet. I'll go ahead and do this one real quick. So I've got this side all cleaned up. New bulb works great. So slap it back in the cover and screw it on. And there we have it. All screwed on, and that one works too. So we got 4 corner parking lights done. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over and let's start working on the brake and the taillights. So I'm gonna start changing these bulbs out. So we got a brake light, a tail light, a turn signal light, and a reverse light. And there's a little panel right down here that I need to pop out and get access to these bulbs. So you go ahead and get that off and we'll get the bulbs changed out. So here we have some 1156As, the amber. Here's an 1156, just a white one, because there are orange or amber turn signal covers, but doing this bulb will give it an even deeper, brighter orange amber look to it. So hopefully it catches the eye of other drivers even more quickly. So let's go ahead and snap that in. So this makes this really easy because this cover just unsnaps and you just push down on this clip right here on the top and the whole thing pops out. And then there's just one connector right here that goes right there. And essentially lets you lay it out like that and change all the bulbs. So let's go ahead and snap it back in and connect it and see how they look. I don't know if this will be able to see it as well as I can in daytime, but the turn signal is definitely deeper. It's a little bit deeper amber. Oh, this is interesting that the tail light, the parking light, doesn't blink. Look at the difference. That's an old, this is an old LED from many years ago. So definitely much nicer. So this is the brake light. And it is definitely brighter. It actually fills the whole housing here more than what that does right there. I am so excited because for years my third brake light has not been working, and I had pulled it out at one point and tested it and it worked. So I thought today I was going to go ahead and trace the power back and see where the problem was. When you take this out, the screws out, there's a little connector right here, and that's where I disconnected it from to test it before. And all of a sudden, when I was playing around with the wiring, this is the wire that comes out from it and plugs into here, and it was not clipped in all the way. It was just sitting inside of this piece right here. And I'll be honest, I have no idea how many years that this hasn't worked. It honestly, it could have been since I bought the car, because how many times do you go back and actually check the third brake light? So I discovered it when I was changing bulbs one previous time many years ago in this. And so I am so psyched. As soon as I did this, what? Oh my God, I hope that's it. And it was. The only thing that didn't work on this car was the third brake light. And now everything works. So I am thrilled beyond repair. So on this side, the driver's side, I need to remove this panel right here because it's just covering too much of this piece right here for me to pull it out. So I got to pull that out, and there are two little push pins here. You push on the middle of it. There we go. And then they pop right out. There's that one. There we go. There we go. So, see, there's the air filter housing. Look at that while I got it off too. So, but now I can go ahead and pull this out and change out some bulbs. I got all the LED bulbs swapped in now. So now it's just a matter of snapping this back in and making sure that they all work. Okay, they all work. Both blinkers are blinking. Parking lights are on. I swear, the parking lights are as bright as the old brake lights. But let me go ahead and flip the brake lights on one time and make sure that they're both working. Oh yeah, brake lights are, man, they are bright. Nice and bright. And now with the third brake light working again, which is LED, which is awesome, everything is working well now. I need to look at the reverse lights still. I haven't done that. And if you ever want to check your bulbs by yourselves, guys, this is a great little tool to have. So it's a pedal depressor. You can use on the brakes or the gas pedal if you're trying to keep a specific RPM and you're doing something that way. So fantastic tool to be able to use yourself. And there we have our reverse lights too. So reverse lights are working great now, and those are nice, white and bright. So everything in the back area is done now. Fixed the third brake light. Now I can go ahead and take a peek inside and let's see what I need to change for the interior bulbs. So here's the dome light in this car, and the cover just snaps on. So I just stuck a small screwdriver in the end and popped it off. But I popped the bulb out and I tried to catch it and it went down there. So I'll retrieve it here in a minute. But this is just a little festoon bulb here. Let me get one out. So there's the bulb that goes up in there, and it just pinches right between those two metal tabs there. So I'm going to go ahead and sneak that in real quick. There's the bulb all positioned there. So it just sits inside these little spring clips right here. You just push it up. Being able to grab it with some needle nose pliers and stick it in made it a lot easier. I could grip it better than trying to get my fingers up in there. So, oh, that is exceptionally bright. Wow. I don't drive this at night a lot, but wow, that'll help. So, okay, let's snap the cover back on and this job will be done. Okay, found this bugger. There we go. Oh yeah, wow. That is intensely bright. Really, really bright. So, okay, trying to see, okay. There's the door position. That is done. That is the only interior bulb it actually has. Doors don't have any. Remember, this car is almost 40 years old. So, which is fine. Like I said, I don't really drive it much at night. But, you know, occasionally I do. 3 years ago, I took it down to Southern California for Toyota Fest. That was a fun little road trip in it.